Welcome to the Calculus, a collection of micro lectures, video lessons, and sample exercises. Let's compute the antiderivative of this given radical function using the chain rule. So we are given here with the integral of our function, which is a radical function, the square root of x plus 10 with respect to x. And we are told to use here the chain rule. That would mean we need to show first that this function is really a composite function in order for us to use the rule for chain rule. We also have the rule for this, specifically the substitution rule, which will be made available after this video. But let's focus first on showing that this is really a composite function. This is a composite function if we could express this function where its component is also another function. I'm talking about here with this being f of g of x described as square root of x plus 10. We can say that our f of x, the outer function, is the square root of x, but this radicand here is the entire another function x plus 10. Hence, we can say that our g of x is just x plus 10. And yes, our given function here, specifically a radical function, is a composite function with f of x being square root of x and g of x is x plus 10, which becomes the radicand of f. We need to show this because our chain rule requires us to complete our given form if we are going to look at the integral of our f of g of x. Okay? Before we can give its equivalent value, we need to show here or introduce or integrate the factor of g prime of x before our d of x. So later on we can say that the integral of this is the integral of the outer function f of your g of x plus c. And the rule that will be used in getting this one here will depend on the form of our function once we're able to introduce this form here. Now let's go back to our given. Take note that we can actually write this function with a fractional exponent. You have here x plus 10 to the power of 1/2 being square root dx. So basically they are just the same with this function here. We're doing this because we would like to introduce here the rule that we're going to use. Specifically, we're going to use here the power rule, which tells us that if we have the integral of x to the power of 10 dx, this is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus your c, as long as your n is not equal to -1, and we have shown that to be true. This x here is an entire function, which is that would be our f of g of x as mentioned earlier. So what we need to do here before using this rule is to introduce g prime of x here. Since this is our g of x, our g prime of x, or the derivative of your g of x, is actually equal to 1. That's the derivative of x plus 10. So we don't have to worry about changing the entire forms because when we multiply it by 1, so basically it's just like that. This is our g prime of x. It already meets the criteria for the chain rule. But of course, it's not all the time 1, so we have a lot of examples later on as well. But this, since this fits the criteria, so let's try to integrate now the outer function, which would be x plus 10 to the power of 1/2 plus 1. Okay, n plus 1, we're using here the power rule, over 1/2 plus 1, that's your n plus 1, same thing here. Before you will have here plus c. Okay, so we're using here the power rule. Now, to complete this, of course, you have here x plus 10 to the power of 3/2, right, over 3/2 plus c, because 1/2 plus 1 is 3/2. Just to finalize this, when we have here a nested nested rational expression, so we're going to reciprocate that, so it becomes 2/3 times x plus 10 to the power of 3/2 plus c, which would then be equivalent to another form when we use we return that fractional exponent into a radical expression, this being the index. Okay, so you will have here 2/3 the square root of x plus 10 cubed plus c. You don't need to expound or expand the form of the radicand, but of course you can move further into simplifying that, because this is a 3, we have here 2, right? This becomes x plus 10, okay, times a square root of x plus 10 plus c. Okay, this was actually taken out from here. When we have 2 plus 1, it's actually we can actually simplify that, so we can actually multiply that. But of course, I would like to stick with this as our final answer, because this is already the answer that would describe the antiderivative of a given function here, which is a composite function involving radical expression, and this time using the chain rule. We will have a separate video with the same example but using a different rule to verify whether our answer is correct or not. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now!